To tie a knot, you're gonna take your thread or yarn and you're gonna pull up on the first warp thread, slide it under, and then you're gonna make a knot. So here I'm gonna put the shorter end, cross it underneath, and that shorter end I'm gonna fold over and through the loop, and then pull that tight and slide it all the way down to either the bottom or wherever you're starting. This is how you do the tabby weave, which is the basic over-under weaving technique. So you're gonna start with the end of your thread and you're gonna start over and then under. So it's just the same pattern, over, under, over, under, over, under. So I'm gonna start with under. I'm gonna pick the warp thread up, slide it under, and then the next one I'm doing over. So I'm only pulling up on the ones that I wanna do under. So here I'm doing under, over. So I'm just pulling it right over top, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And I'm not pulling this string through until the very end. Over, under, over. When you get to the end, you're gonna pull the yarn through, and then you're going to, with your fingers, just beat it down a little bit to make it nice and tight. The next round, see how that one is skipped? You want to start with the under. Since this is over top of the last warp thread, you want to start out going under. So I'm gonna go under, over, under. And you just repeat the same process going back and forth. Pull it. Don't pull this too tight or this is gonna be very, very warped and skinny. So you just wanna keep that nice and loose, beat it down, and then this one is over. So I'll show you what happens if you do the same exact pattern back. If I start with over and then I keep going under, over, under, this is the opposite way. It's going to just pull right through and it's gonna reverse what you just did. So just make sure that you're doing the pattern, and then the next row, look at your yarn. This one is going over top of that last warp thread. So the next row, I need to pick it up and start under so it doesn't reverse what I just did. So this last warp thread, my yarn is going over top of it. So my next row, I have to pick this warp thread up and I'm going underneath, then over. Once you're at the end of your string, so this can't make it back across, I'm gonna tie a knot. So I'm gonna pick the first string up, I'm gonna put this underneath, so it makes kind of like a U shape. And then this little string, I'm just gonna go back through that hoop. I'm gonna do that one more time. So I'm gonna pick this warp string up, slide it under to make that U shape, and then put that little string through. And that will make your knot.